Now that I've sewn the second seam on my lanyard, I'm about to finish it up. And there's two ways to do this. Before I do either one, I would want to just try this on my neck and see if it hangs where I want. If I want a little bit shorter, I can trim it. Obviously, you can't make it longer, but you can trim it if you want. Mine's kind of the length I want. I already tried it on myself. So I'm just going to keep going. And what I want to do is I'm going to take one end and I'm going to just make sure everything is straight. Nothing's twisted. So untwist all that. And then I'll put my two ends together. Again, they're not twisted at all. I'm going to line up these two raw edges. There's two ways you can finish it, as I mentioned earlier. So if you just have a key ring that would look like this, that doesn't have this other piece, just the key ring, what you can do is you actually put your key ring inside, like so. And you actually sew, so I'm going to tuck these two ends together in like this, and I would sew, I'm not going to sew it so that I can show you this other way of doing it, but if I just pretend that I sew this and I pin it, if I sew like this, with the insides going like that, then I can fold this down around like so, and then I would sew again right here. So again, this is a lot of sews, I would sew kind of backwards of what you would think, so that I have the raw edges on the same side as my ring here. And then I would fold my ring back, so then I just see a folded sewed edge here, and I would sew up here so that all that's enclosed, all my raw edges are enclosed, and I would finish up there. But since I have this kind of other end here, and again, I'm just gonna make sure that my thing's not twisted or anything. Since I have this clamp here, I'm gonna do the clamp method. And what I'll do for this clamp method is I'm gonna put it on, I'm going to tuck those raw edges inside of it, and you can kind of see there's some little spikes, so I'm going to watch out for those spikes, get it all the way in there, so you can see that's all the way in there, line up the raw edges, and then I'm going to use some pliers to close this down. So I'll take my pliers, and I'm going to just kind of squeeze with my pliers, and that kind of closes everything, and I'll probably go in from the other side now and squeeze again. Again, I want all of that included in there. And then I'm just going to squeeze that all together. And again, squeeze until everything is closed up. I'm just going to keep doing this a few times. And now my lanyard is complete. So here's my finished lanyard, all complete.